St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital was established in 1962 by the late actor and comedian Danny Thomas. Danny Thomas was born on January 6, 1912, to Lebanese immigrant parents in Deerfield, Michigan. At a young age, Danny knew he wanted to work in show business, so he moved to Detroit in pursuit of becoming successful, and it was there that he met and soon married Rose Marie Montel. It wasn't too long after that Danny was expecting a baby, yet his career in entertainment was struggling. Thomas, in desperate need of guidance, went to a 6 a.m. Mass at St. Clement Church. Danny was so uplifted by the sermon, he put his last $7 into the collection box. After he realized what he had done, he then prayed that he would be able to pay for the distant medical bills of his pregnant wife. The very next day, he received a small roll that paid 10 times what he donated to the church. It was then that Danny truly understood the power of prayer. In Detroit, Thomas's success rose reasonably, yet he was still having trouble rising to the top, so he prayed again to St. Jude, the patron saint of hopeless causes. He said to St. Jude, "Help me find my way in life, and I will build you a shrine." Danny's career started blossoming, and he and his family moved to Chicago. He continuously prayed to St. Jude at a new church, and before he knew it, he was at the top of his career. Yet he never forgot his promise to St. Jude. So at the prime of his success in the 1950s, he discussed his promise with close friends. Gradually, they came to the idea of building a hospital like no other, dedicated to saving catastrophically ill children's lives, as Danny witnessed many deaths of children when he was young, growing up in a very poor neighborhood. It was then that he and his wife began traveling the U.S., raising funds for the soon-to-be hospital in St. Jude's name. Danny established the American Lebanese Syrian Associated Charities, ALSAC, in 1957, which sole purpose is to provide funds for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and is now the second largest healthcare charity in the world. Shortly after this establishment, Thomas had finally raised enough money to build the National Shrine of St. Jude, and then the ever-so-famous St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital's mission is to advance cures and means of prevention for pediatric catastrophic diseases through research and treatment. Part of what makes St. Jude's so unique is its comprehensive cancer center, located directly on the same property as St. Jude. Danny Thomas's overall method of running St. Jude, by having doctors and scientists collaborate together under the same roof, resulting in direct clinical trials with the patients, has allowed it to become the leader in treating catastrophic pediatric illnesses, and thus should be replicated in every hospital.
St. Jude for the last 50 years has housed doctors and scientists on the same campus, literally under one roof. And so the Comprehensive Cancer Center concept is exactly what St. Jude is in terms of its cancer efforts. So here at St. Jude, the Cancer Center really serves as a catalyst to bring people together, to accelerate their science, and to facilitate the translations of discoveries from the laboratory to the clinic. It also makes sure the people working in the laboratory know what the challenges are in the clinic. And so in that way, it really drives the science that we do, as well as accelerates progress to develop innovative new treatments.
This research center received its National Cancer Institution designation in 1977 and was awarded status as a comprehensive cancer center by the NCI in 2008.
Absolutely with the mission of St. Jude. It's the only one that's dedicated solely to children, and so everything we're about, whether it's from the first pipette that's picked up in the lab all the way to the last child at the end of the day that's treated in the clinic, everything is about kids. The Comprehensive Cancer Centre at St. Jude is organised as 5 cross-disciplinary and multi-departmental programmes. These are aligned to specific diseases and research concepts. The cancers affecting children can be divided into 3 major categories, and we have a program focusing on each of these. Our other 2 programs serve to provide critical understanding of concepts universal to these cancers, including advanced human genetics, developmental biology, laboratory modelling, long-term outlooks, late effects, and drug development. What distinguishes our programs is the unsurpassed integration of this research with clinical care.
It is because of St. Jude's unique method of combining their research facility with the actual hospital, allowing scientists, doctors, and patients to work directly with each other, and by treating patients with clinical trials designed to provide the best available care while answering important research questions, that St. Jude has become the pioneer in pediatric cancer and other catastrophic illnesses research.
The great thing about giving $1 to St. Jude is 85 cents of every dollar goes directly to St. Jude's research and treatment. And that's really what makes St. Jude so different from any other hospital in the country, is that we're a research center and a treatment center under one roof. And our research is happening in the lab every day, 24/7, and it's being moved from the laboratory bench to the child's bedside, bench to bedside, quicker than any place else.
St. Jude's has received numerous awards for discoveries made due to Thomas's brilliant idea of combining research and treatment. All medical breakthroughs discovered at St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital are shared across the country to ensure every child, not just in Memphis but throughout America, benefits from these groundbreaking discoveries.
You know, my father made the promise that no child would ever be turned away if a family couldn't pay. And as important as that promise was, he made another important promise too, and that was that we would freely and immediately share our research and our breakthroughs with the scientific community worldwide. And that's how children all over America and every community benefit from the work of St. Jude. We're impacting the lives of kids all over this country. Either they come to St. Jude physically, or they're getting our research and their treatment from the protocols created at St. Jude.
Danny Thomas firmly believed that no child should die at the dawn of life, and therefore he made it clear that absolutely no child would be denied treatment based on race, religion, or a family's inability to pay. St. Jude's provides to families of sick children housing, food, and transportation to and from the hospital, all free of cost.
At St. Jude, no family ever pays for anything, including their treatment, housing, even food. The daily operating cost of St. Jude is $1.8 million.
Today, St. Jude's has increased the chances of survival in children with cancers from 20% to 80%. This milestone could not have been achieved if it weren't for Danny Thomas's extraordinary idea of combining research and treatment. Danny Thomas's legacy will continue to live through St. Jude and the lives of the children being saved everywhere.